Hello, everyone. This is Rockies Week in Simulation Baseball on the TribeFan879 YouTube channel, where today we will recap offline games for one game against the Dodgers and the first two of three games against the Giants. First two games against the Dodgers were on the channel. Please go back and watch those if you have not already. Game three was Chad Bettis against Ross Stripling. And the Rockies in the top half of the second get their first run of the game when Carlos Gonzalez leading off takes Stripling deep, and the Rockies get out to a 1-0 lead. Now the Dodgers came back in the bottom half. Cody Bellinger does the leadoff home run thing, and the game is tied at 1. Then Yasiel Puig with a walk, and Jock Peterson with a double, and then Blackman bobbled it. And so Puig would score on the air, and then Ross Stripling with a double, one out double, that brings home Peterson, and it's 3-1 Dodgers. Now, Bettis would only go 4, and in the real game, he only lasted 3 innings and had to leave with an injury, but I kind of gave him an extra inning. So we go to the bottom half of the 7th. It was still a 3-1 game, and the Dodgers take advantage of the bullpen for the against the Rockies. This is Scott Oberg pitching, and with 2 outs, Matt Kemp, a 2-out single, goes to second on a walk, and then Yasiel Puig with a 3-run homer. 6-1 Dodgers. Now the Dodgers bullpen was a little shaky. JT Chagua came in, and he got the DJ LeMahieu out, but Gerardo Parra singled, and then Nolan Arenado goes deep, and it's a 6-3 ball game. Carlos Gonzalez doubled, and in comes Daniel Hudson. He got Story to ground out, but then Ian Desmond tripled, scoring Gonzalez, and then Desmond scored on a wild pitch. So it was 6-5 going into the bottom of the 8th. But then Harrison Musgrave came in, and he was no relief either. Pinch hit single by Logan Forsythe, and then Max Muncy takes Musgrave deep, 8-5, and then in the top of the 9th, Kenley Jansen takes care of business, and that's your final 8-5. I'm gonna say Stripling would get the win. Yeah, if he went 5, Stripling would get the win. He went 6, and then Kenley Jansen with a save. Carlos Gonzalez with a 3-for-4 day with 2 doubles and a home run is your bright light for the Rockies in that game. All right, so now they made the trip they made the trip back to Colorado, and the Giants come to town. And this is Madison Bumgarner against Kyle Freeland. And the Giants start the scoring in the top half of the 2nd. A walk to Brandon Crawford, and then Pablo Sandoval goes high, deep, and gone. And it's 2-0 Giants. And then we go to the bottom half of the 6th. Bumgarner was kind of running a little low on gas, but he tried to go. 1-out single by Nolan Arenado. Goes to second on a Story single, and then scores on an Ian Desmond single, and that put runners on the corners. And then in comes Reyes Maranta, who immediately fires a wild pitch, and that'll tie the game. Now, the Rockies did have runners on first and third with 2 outs, but could not convert. All right, then we go to immediately it's the top half of the 7th. Top half of the 8th. And it's on the top of the 7th, right? And then Alan Hansen, in his first at-bat, high, deep, and gone after he came in for a double switch. and the Rockies trail 3-2. Then in the 8th inning, with Ty Black pitching, Ian Desmond goes yard, and it's tied at 3. And so they bring in Adam Ottavino to pitch. Joe Panic single. Hansen singles him to third. And then on a wild pitch, the winning run scores. Ottavino would strike out the next 3 batters after the wild pitch. However, Sam Dyson came in, and the Rockies had runners on first and second with 2 outs, but Ian Desmond struck out to end the game. Rockies lose 4-3. Looks like we'll give the win to Will Smith, and the save to Sam Dyson, and the loss goes to Ottavino. Wow. All right, game 86, the second game of the series. Chris Stratton against Antonio Senzatella. The Rockies would score in the middle innings, like almost they seem to usually do. The scoring got started in the bottom of the 4th when Carlos Gonzalez hit a leadoff home run. 1-0 Rockies, and then they had their big push in the 5th inning. Tony Wolters with a walk, and then Senzatella laid down a perfect bunt and just barely got thrown out, moving Wolters to second. A single by LeMahieu put runners on the corners. A walk loaded the bases to Charlie Blackmon. And then when Moranta came in again, Nolan Arenado broke out the rye bread and the mustard because it was grand salami time. Thank you, Dave Niehaus. Grand slam, 5-0. And then the pain didn't stop there. Single by Gonzalez, double by Story. And then Gerardo Parra with a ground out scores Gonzalez. 5 runs in the inning. Brandon Belt, who would be the star for the Giants on this day, would follow with a 2-run homer in the top half of the 6th. For their only 2 runs, Belt went 3 for 4 on the day, so he did his job. However, the Rockies would score 2 more in the bottom half of the 6th. Blackmon with an RBI double scored Raimel Tapia, although LeMahieu tried to score from first, but he was thrown out. No bother, Arenado followed with a double, and in comes Blackmon for 2 more runs. And then Arenado with a 2-run homer capped a 3-run 8th. 11-2 Rockies pull away with this game. Senzatella went 6 to get the win. And then Stratton goes 4 1/3 in the loss. All right, the next game is, I'll just give you kind of a channel rundown here. I will be playing game 87, the final game of the series. Andrew Suarez for the Giants and Tyler Anderson for the Rockies in the final game of that series. Then the next Indians game in the 14-game winning streak will follow. And then the next 2 series for the Rockies after this is on the road in Seattle, and then a 3-game set against the Diamondbacks. All right, everybody, just a quick little recap. I will hopefully be posting the full game for game 87, hopefully on Saturday or Sunday, probably Saturday. And until I see everybody again in the chat room, hope you're keeping busy and staying safe. And whatever games you are playing, may your games be lively and your games be good. Please make sure to hit that like button. And if it's your first time watching, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon. You'll be notified of any new videos. Have a good night, everybody.